Okay guys, welcome. 5 pillars BJJ, and today we worked passing from what would be like the half guard or headquarters position. Thanks to my coach earlier, Max, we covered some of this, so we're sharing it here as well. So here we are, we're in the headquarters position, and what we want to do is we want to walk laterally across, and we want to get to this position here. I'm placing my knee upon his abdomen as pressure. I'm looking to go forward, and this back leg of mine, because this is his leg that's underneath me, that's going to be acting as a way of preventing me from getting into mount, is going to be up, right? So I walk forward, I use this leg to go past, I join my knees together, and then all I do at this point then is literally just sit down and I get into what's quarter mount, right? So then from quarter mount, we're in quarter mount, we're going to look to come down and take an underhook on this side. We can move ourselves further down if we want, because remember, a key objective is to pin this leg so they can't recover back into their guard. So we're creating a lot of pressure on this leg here, so we can move down and isolate that and their hips, as well as we want to pin our knee to the floor. We come through with the underhook here, and this comes as a crossface. We take a gable grip, we make a strong cross-facing gable grip, and then we come up, going to the side of what we pinned. We use our foot to clear. As we clear the foot, with that, we come through into the mount, right? So that's one way. Again, you can watch how we did the entry. Same thing would be that. But this time, I'm going back into the quarter position, right? So we showed how we entered it. And I'm going to go this way now. And that's going to be where I get the underhook on my near side. I drop my head on this side. And I'm really going to do what's like the knee slice. I can gather the back of the tricep, right? I tripod up. I walk myself across. And then I can lift his arm. And I can use this foot to clear. And I can end up in a good old Kesagatami and scaffold position. Right, so there's 2 passages there. Provided we've got our knee clear in the half guard, we can go this way or we can go that way. Now, we also did was the Eziekel from this position. So again, we have this thing. Remember, here is very important. We don't want to let them be on their side. We want to keep them flat. So we can use this hand as opposed to drive their shoulder down, walk laterally, to create the position of where my knees on their stomach. You drive that knee through their abdomen as a pin. You walk forward so that this knee comes clear, and you just want to bring your knees together, and then you just want to sit down, right? We end up here. He would likely have a hand. Now for the Eziekel, we're going to go this side. So what we're going to do is we're going to drop ourselves, put our hand here. I can use this as a crossface, right? My head coming here. I now need to clear that foot ideally. I don't want to do it from this position. So I come up, I can do this, turn it over, end up in mount. Yes? Now I'm going to do the Eziekel. Now for the Eziekel, guys, we want to get 4 fingers in deep. Okay? And ideally, we want to cover our knuckle line when we get this crossface in, because we don't create a ton of pressure on the end of our fingertips when we do the Eziekel motion, and it can be extremely painful, and basically you can blow out your grip. So first thing we want to do is, when we get this crossface in, we want these fingers to go 4 fingers in to where the knuckle line is, here, and we're getting our crossface deep, like right the way across, almost like he can feel the pinch already, yeah? And this hand that I'm going to feed in, I prefer a flat fist, do a flat fist, and I come from above the head, like from behind the head, down towards his carotid artery. So say, for example, he's tucking himself up. I've trapped the arm because I'm sitting like, but he's keeping his head, he knows he can be a bit, yeah? I can keep my head down to make it more disguised. I go from here, I take my elbow up, and I can really begin to grind through, and he's going to make that's my passage in, right? With the Eziekel, guys, we're making this kind of like flat fist, And all I want to do, I want to get to here. You know, his carotid arteries are going down like this. And this is a strangulation. I'm stopping the blood oxygen to the brain. I just want to get to this position here, and I just want to keep pressure on that point. That is what I'm doing. This hand is not like trying to yank him and do that necessarily. You can do that, of course, it's going to cause submissions. But from a point of one thing we just want to get to is just here. So we don't have to get too far into his neck. We just need to clear the back and get into this with our flat fist. And with a stiff hand of the flat fist, we create the noose, tightening on either side, right? And we've got to think with this elbow that's the cross face. All we want to do now is literally straighten our arm. Like it's almost like straightening out our arm. I create the pressure here and I straighten up and it's on. So what I'm doing is, I'm here, like this, and my arm, so his neck's in here, right, is just going to go like that. Yeah, guys? I'm straightening my arm out. I'm locking my arm out. I'm not trying to pull it across. I'm not trying to lift his head up like this. No, I just need to think of my elbow straightening out. And if I do that, I'm going to literally cause all that closure around that square inch. And there's your tap. Go and try that. Thanks.